Well, thank you for joining us for today's Administrators Podcast Update. At each council meeting, we cover a broad range of activities, but we also take the opportunity as administrators to give a quick overview of some of the activities we've been both collectively and individually undertaking across the community in the past month. And I've over the last few weeks, I've had a fabulous opportunity to join the Numurkah Rotary Club. The Numurkah Rotary Club are a really active, locally based club in Numurkah. They're involved in a broad range of activities, but particularly at the meeting I had the opportunity to join them in, they provided a cheque for $5,000 to the local organising committee who will be taking carriage of the 150th celebrations early next year. So the club's $5,000 is on top of $5,000 which council has already provided to support these activities, and we're really looking forward to joining with the Numurkah community next year as we celebrate a really significant milestone for the Numurkah community. I also had a great opportunity to join with the Cobram Fruit Growers Association as part of their annual general meeting and dinner recently, and we were very pleased to see Adrian Conti and Matthew Cornish re-elected as both president and vice president for the next year ahead. And following that, I had the opportunity to be hosted by the Latina family, who are long-standing fruit growers in the Cobram region. And big shout out to Tony Latina for taking the opportunity to show me around his family's operation. And I really did gain firsthand some great insights to the importance of the fruit growing sector to both Moira, but broader state and national economies as well. And I really do want to thank Tony for giving me a couple of hours to have the opportunity to see his fruit growing operations. I also had the opportunity to attend the Nathalia Secondary College's Year 12 final assembly, where the school took the opportunity to acknowledge a number of contributions by Year 12 students particularly. And it was fabulous to see the assembly of the school and a number of family members joining in that celebration at the Nathalia Secondary College. And I really want to thank the principal and the teachers for giving me that opportunity. And lastly, I just wanted to mention that I had the pleasure of attending the 70th anniversary dinner of the Cobram Rotary Club. And the Cobram Rotary Club has been a really active local service organisation in Cobram. And as part of that celebration, one of their members has recently documented the past 20 years' history of the various activities of the Cobram Rotary Club. And it was great to see both current and past members joining in those celebrations. So, Administrator Susanna, you've been very active out in the community as well, and I wonder, can you share some of the activities you've been partaking over the past 5 or 6 weeks as well?
Sure, I can. We both attended the GMW stakeholder meeting in Shepparton just last week, and I think that was a bit of a grounding for us to realise that we're actually having quite a dry year and that a very substantial amount of irrigation water is being uptaken across the region at the moment, and but also to get a good understanding of how the business of GMW is functioning and understand the risks that they're facing, not only through change coming with climate change, but also the impacts of the water buybacks as they roll out. And there's a lot of expressions of interest out there at the moment, and I think, and a lot of concern in the community as to what that might mean to our irrigation districts. So it's always a great chance to catch up with other community members, irrigators, other organisations that are involved in the industry. So that was a very worthwhile event. I also had the great pleasure of launching the Barmer Community Plan on Sunday 2 weeks ago, and to meet with local community there as the plan was launched. And it's a plan that's been put together by the community with the help of Moira Shire staff to identify important initiatives that the community sees as being, well, priorities for them, and they'll continue to work and meet together, a really active little group, and it's a very small community, but there's no shortage of people who are wanting to see their community go ahead and to advocate for what they need. So that was very enjoyable. The CFA put on a lovely barbecue, and it was in the shade at the playground, and a really, really nice afternoon for a weekend event. We also visited Flavorite in Tatura, and of course they have a facility at Kattunga here in the Shire as well, and the much bigger one over there was certainly an eye-opener to see the extent of it, to see how many tomatoes are grown, but along with small cucumbers, capsicum, and their plans for expansion. So these sorts of industries are certainly really taking a hold, and their capacity to use water efficiently, I think, is a real lesson for all of us. So they distribute right across Australia. So that was really interesting to see that impact in our community. And we know we've got some really big food processors in our region and here in the Moira Shire, and they are so important to our stability and jobs for our people in our region.
Great. So it has been a very active period over the last month or so, and with the forthcoming festive season upon us, there's a number of events and activities right across the Shire, and we look forward to continue to be involved and supporting a number of those really key activities for our local area. The council meeting recently also considered and adopted our annual report for the last financial year, so that's for 2023-24, and the annual report it's a great overview of the broad range of activities and initiatives which the council provides for the community. It's a opportunity to present our performance report and our financial statements, and we're really pleased to see the full extent of activities captured in the annual report, and we commend it to the community. If you're interested to see where the various activities of the council are up to, and to see how the council has performed, and to see some of its ongoing challenges, the annual report is a fabulous document, and we really do commend that to the community. We also had the opportunity to have an overview of some of the recipients of our Achievers Award funding program, and you might want to share some of the activities that have been supported by council.
Look, it's great to see that we have a program such as this, and to be able to award some funding to achievers in our community, whether it's sports, cultural, other activities, and give them a bit of a helping hand to compete in other areas. Often people are selected to compete at a higher level, and the financial cost of that, as most parents would know, is quite significant. So for the Shire to be able to step in and award and recognise that excellence, but also with a bit of funding to help them go a bit further, I think it's been really pleasing to see the uptake of that, and it's a feel-good thing for the Shire to do right across the community.
It does provide an opportunity for, as you've said, people who may not otherwise have the capacity to really compete at either national or international level. And I know in this last year we've supported people in barefoot skiing activities, in international gymnastics, state netball championships, and these are fabulous opportunities for our people to take up, and otherwise may not have had the opportunity. So it's a program which is an ongoing program, and we'd encourage people, if you are in that position, if you've been fortunate enough to be selected, to compete at that either state or national, or in fact international level, to take up the opportunity to see whether this funding program might be fit for you.
And it provides up to $300 for an individual and $500 for a team, so everything helps.
Absolutely. Economic development is a really important activity of the council. It's an activity that has far-reaching impacts right across our community, whether it's the business community, whether it's the farming community, or whether it's people who are just recipients through employment and other supply activities. And we're about to embark upon a substantial revamp of our economic development strategy, and the strategy will be richer if we've got the contribution of the community reflected. We've got a number of drop-in sessions across Numurkah, Nathalia, Cobram and Yarrawonga. And we're really encouraging and inviting people who might have an interest in the future economic prosperity and development of our municipality to come forward, share your ideas, and we really will embrace the thinking right across the community. It will be a richer document if we've got a broad range of perspectives. We will be doing a number of interactive workshops, and again, that'll be an opportunity for people to be able to contribute in a really meaningful way at the local level. If you don't want to participate at that level, you can jump onto our Moira Matters site and provide your thoughts and your contributions in. So we really look forward to engaging the community in the development of our economic development strategy. It's one of our absolute critical strategies for the future success.
And I think people should be well aware of the work we're doing in this area. We've seen a lot of work done at council level. We've seen the drainage strategy for Numurkah out there for consultation. We've seen the Strathmerton-Numurkah growth corridor out there for consultation. All of these things feed into that discussion of where we're going, how we see ourselves in the future, and it is important for the community to have their say and to look around them and understand what is already happening, but also think of possibilities for the future, because there is a lot of change happening and we will see more change. And so the Shire wants to be prepared and have a good understanding of what the directions are that would be best for our region.
Absolutely. Gender-based violence continues to be a key focus area for the council on behalf of the community. We know our municipality is not immune from the really significant impacts that flow from gender-based violence. We've conducted a number of forums with local agencies and police to collectively understand how we can address this as a key community issue. We do have 16 days of activism coming up, and council will again be actively participating.
Look, I think every day we pick up the paper and hear of some awful thing that's happened, and it is unfortunately usually directed against women, and we've been very conscious of that in our community, and there's been several rallies and the forums that you speak of to try and address it. The 16 days of activism is very much something within our organisation that we're carrying forward, but we've also encouraged local sporting clubs and other groups to get involved in and become aware of and understand where it emanates from and the change that needs to occur. I understand that there is a forum or a meeting on Sunday the 1st of December at Federation Park in Cobram, so more information will come about that. But it really is important for everyone in the community to heighten their awareness of it and come to understand how it happens, what it means and how we stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. Including people with all abilities actively into our community is also a key focus for the council, and we have a fabulous event coming up called the All Abilities Talent Show on the 6th of December. And the last year was the first time that the All Abilities Talent Show had been presented. I think we had 17 acts and performers last year, and it was an outstanding success. And so we're well underway with planning for our event on the 6th of December. And I understand we're being inundated with performers wanting to perform at the All Ability Show. Not only performers are interested, but we've got a lot of interest in the community. So we've had to go to it being a ticketed event this year, which is a great result. It's a really popular event. The ticket is not about limiting numbers. It's more about ensuring that we're able to accommodate the numbers who will want to come along. And we're really looking forward to it. In fact, we're very excited about the All Abilities Talent Show in early December.
It was such a great vibe, wasn't it, to be in the Civic Centre last year and see that excitement and the performances going on, and the excitement of the audience too was just outstanding. So delighted that we can be a part of this. It will be well worth going along to.
Absolutely. That does bring to a close our podcast today, and thank you for joining us for our administrators update. There is a lot of activity happening, as always, across our municipality, but hopefully today's podcast gives you a bit of deeper insight into some of those activities and our involvement. So thank you for joining us again today.
Thank you.